벌써 movie star 너의 모든 게 꿈 같아 이 순간 She wants it, she wants it She's a movie star 이곳의 주인공 나에게 너뿐이야 She knows it, she knows it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Taemin Baby. So today I'm hopping on a dead but not dead trend of making my own unpopular K-pop opinions. If you look at my channel, you'll see I reacted to some a little while back, but here are some of my own that y'all will probably want to send me to the guillotine for. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to make this as short as I can because I don't want to ramble too much. If you want a more detailed opinion, you can start an argument with me in the comments about it. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to ramble because we know how these videos work. Yeah, that's all. Enjoy.
Some of y'all about to be real mad at me, but it must be said.
Before y'all jump down my throat about this opinion, just know I stan Treasure. They're the only rookie boy group that I care about. I watched their survival show as it aired. I voted for the members as it aired. I've watched every episode of Treasure Map, TMI, 3-Minute Treasure, you name it. I stan Treasure, so don't get me wrong. What I mean by this is that some of the members are not ready to be debuted yet. Also, I have a problem with the group being mainly adults or teenagers about to become adults. And, you know, there's super young people in the group because it'll be hard for them to talk about mature topics or be more mature in general with younger people in the group. So I didn't really like Treasure C in the first place. So I didn't really like the fact that, you know, there's younger people in the group in the first place. But what I really mean by this is that some of the members are not ready. I remember when I watched the show, I think it was Jaehyuk, if I'm not mistaken, who cried about feeling inadequate and feeling like he wasn't good enough and that he needed more time. And he's not wrong. These people, I think Jaehyuk and Junghwan, I think trained for like the shortest amount of time. And you can tell that they are not particularly ready. I don't know why YG doesn't let them train and get the training that they deserve and need so that they can be better at their job. Just throwing them in there isn't going to help anybody. I feel like they definitely needed a little bit more time of training and they just weren't ready yet. Also, the lineup was very rigged, but I'm going to make a separate video about that. But anyone who watched the show knows that it was a very, very rigged lineup. Yeah, y'all are sick. Point blank period. This is about the Mnet rigging produce shows. Now, there's nothing wrong with standing these groups. I particularly love izone's title tracks. I listen to all of them. But I'm a human being. There are people who got their spot ripped away from them and they didn't deserve it. And that's wrong. I'm a human being, so I can say that that's wrong. I didn't watch Produce and I don't care. But even me not watching Produce, even I felt bad for those people. They worked hard and got their spot taken away. There's a girl named Han Cho-won who I'm going to put on the screen a picture of what happened with her. But she jumped a huge amount of spots off of pure talent and hard work and didn't get to debut. She didn't get to debut, and that's not fair. It's very, very sick that y'all can see people like that who got taken advantage of and didn't get to live their dream and got their dream snatched away from them unfairly. And you can say no one cares. We didn't want this to come out. That's very sick. That's very twisted. They deserve their clarification and their closure. They deserve at least the truth to come out since they didn't get to debut like they deserved. Now, what I mean by this is that so many people say, oh, it's okay if certain members of groups don't like each other. That's fine. You're not going to like everyone you meet. That's bullshit. I've never disliked anyone I've met unless they did me wrong or were bad people. Are there people who I don't necessarily vibe with, who have different personalities than me and who I don't prefer to be around because they're completely different than I am? 100%. And that's fine. But as an adult, disliking or hating someone because they're different than you is very immature. Take 17 as example. There are 13 members in that group. There are members that are closer than others. But I could put together two random members in that group and they would be able to get along fine without it being awkward because they genuinely like and are able to get along with each other. If a 13-member group can do it, why can a 5-member not? Why can a 4-member not? Why can a 7-member group not? There's no excuse. You're an adult. We are grown. There are people that you will sometimes prefer not to be around because you're just too different. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you should be able to coexist and get along with everyone, no matter how different they are, just fine. Because there's no harm in it. Someone being completely energetic versus someone being timid and shy may not go well together. They may not mesh. They may clash. But should that person hate the other person or dislike them just because they're energetic and the other person isn't? No, that's very immature. We are grown, and if this is your job, you should be able to get along with the other person no matter how different you are. You may be different, and that's fine, but actually disliking or hating that person just because they're different than you personality-wise is immature. We are grown. The only reason you should dislike somebody is if they have done you wrong or are bad people. I just want to say this has nothing to do with Hey-chan, just a random fan cam. Hey-chan would eat a solo. But I'm just going to say what everybody is too afraid to say. Some members of NCT that y'all be saying you want to go solo should not be solo. Not everybody can be a soloist, and that's okay. That's why they're in a group. And I don't want to sound mean, but some members solos that y'all be saying y'all won't, that shit would flop. That shit would fucking flop. And I'm very sorry. I'm not saying the person is untalented because I love NCT. I stand NCT. I think every member is talented. But I'm just saying I know who has the potential and who doesn't. Y'all are setting some of these people up. If y'all want a solo from a few members, you should give up because they will not get one. The way SM moves, they will definitely not get one. I don't want to name names, but I'm just saying I know some of the solos that y'all be screaming for would fucking flop. And I don't want to see that personally because if I see a flop NCT solo, I will be upset. I will be very upset. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm just saying what everybody's too afraid to say. Some member solos would flop because NCTzens are terrible and awful. Y'all barely stream. Y'all just started streaming. So I know y'all would definitely not stream for certain members and it would be embarrassing. I am just saying.
No, it's true. It's true.
It's very true, but let's get into a dialogue about why you're racist. So, number one, y'all say Black people can't be in K-pop because K-pop was made for Asians to get a spotlight that they couldn't get in other music genres. And that is extremely true. That is very, very true. But here's the kicker. Here's the catch. If K-pop is going to profit, take inspiration, and basically copy Black culture, I'm saying word for word, then a Black person is allowed to be in K-pop. You cannot copy and you cannot imitate Black culture every single day and in every single song back to back and then say, but no Black people can be in our music. None. That's not how things work. Also, the company sought out her. She didn't go looking for the company. They sought her out. They scouted her. So if they wanted her, why should she not be able to do it? Especially when all K-pop does is use and take inspiration from Black culture. She can be in a K-pop group. Now, here's what also makes y'all racist. Y'all love to bring up Lana. That is y'all down point. That is like y'all downfall. Y'all love to bring up Lana. Y'all always go, well, when it was Lana, nothing. Lana's a white woman. She's a white woman. And also, let's talk about how Lana did not care about K-pop or Korean culture at all. Lana just wanted to use Asian music to start her career. She was just taking advantage of the popularity. How do I know? Because when Korean music didn't work, where did she go? She ran to China. Like, I'm connecting the dots. Are you not? Also, y'all don't even stand Lana. Y'all just use Lana as a scapegoat so you can be racist without making it obvious that you're a racist. You love saying, well, when it was Lana, well, y'all bullied Lana. Y'all hated Lana. You don't even stand Lana. You're just using her as a scapegoat so that you can escape from being called a racist. But I'm seeing through that. you're racist, and I'm going to call you as such. Here's what I'm going to say about this topic. I don't like the fact that Revelovs keep invalidating all these people's feelings and going, well, we know Irene, she would never do that. No, you don't. You don't know Irene. You know the persona she puts on for the camera. You do not know these idols, and stop coddling them. That's how they always get stuck in their ways, because they think, oh, well, they'll always forgive me, so I have something to fall back on. No, Irene needs to take accountability for her actions. She has to own up to it. She was fucking rude. She has a rude personality. It's not just one bad day. So stop sharing that story about her having a messed up in-ear. This is her reputation. Multiple people have said that they have had similar bad experiences with Irene. Her reputation is poor. She has a rude personality. She's rude. Now, is that the end of the world? No. Am I going to unstand Red Velvet because of it? No. But I'm not going to sweep it under the rug either. I'm not going to call on my faves. If they did something wrong, they have to take ownership of it. But it's not the end of the world that she has a rude personality or a bad attitude. That's something she can fix. Irene can do better. She can just work on her attitude and her personality and just become better. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end all be all if Irene has a bad personality. That's something she can change. If she works on herself and fixes it, then she'll be okay. She made an apology, so that's one step out of the way. Now all she has to do is apply it and change herself. It's not the end of the world. She's not the most awful person in the world, and she's not a terrible human being just because she's rude. She has a rude personality, and we know that now. But if she changes herself, she will be okay. It's not the end of the world that Irene is rude. So stop invalidating these people saying, oh, but Irene is so sweet to her members. So what? That has nothing to do with her being rude to these people behind the scenes. There is no correlation. Irene needs to take accountability of what she did and become better. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm not going to make excuses for my faves. I just will not do it. And with that being said, that's the end of my video. Like I said, if you want a, in-depth opinion, you can argue with me in the comments. Other than that, peace. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Follow me on Twitter. Bye.